Okay, honey, you're freaking damaging your skin. Like you're trying to get all the vitamins. All right, it's not one of those things that you buy, which I have in my cabinet that my son uses. That you put this tape over your thing, your nose, and then you wet it and it gets really tight and hard, and then you peel it, and that sucker hurts because that thing is really hard, harder than the egg thing, and it takes all your blackheads out. But he was doing it and he was peeling it off. Like this is very tender and it's very sensitive under here. People, you see, um, take care of you. You rinse your face with cold water. It's very good for you. I learned that from a cousin of mine, Ruben, years ago when I was a teen, and I love my cousins. I just love them. And he has such great complexion, and it runs in my mom's side of the family. They have such beautiful complexion. And he told me cold water, Anna, cold water. Don't use a lot of soap and stuff. So cold water is one good hint. My mother always used Vaseline. Yes, Vaseline is greasy and everything, but she would use it on her skin. And she would always put cream on her legs and her arms. Her legs were like a teenager at the age of 80 something. She didn't live to be 90, but God rest her soul. But she was like a teenager. She was like a Marilyn Monroe. I'm no kidding. Her legs was that young. She put cream on her legs all the time, and it was like a Jergens or any kind of, even Vaseline. You put Vaseline on your feet. You put Vaseline on a real bad rash that you're irritated. Believe you me, it will heal it. But again, don't hold me liable. You do something and then you break out, because as far as I've seen that I've done, and I've done to my loved ones, that I used the Vaseline when they had cuts or scars or burns, even my son. When my son was a baby, he broke out with a real bad prickly heat rash when he was a baby. And another hint, you have stuff in your kitchen you could use for any of that stuff. Prickly heat, all you have to do is buy Quaker oatmeal, plain oatmeal, any kind of oatmeal that's plain, nothing added on. You mix water with it, you strain it. That oatmeal water you throw over your body and you just let it dry in your body. That is like the best thing when you have a bad rash around your body from the heat. It is so soothing and it'll heal it. Okay? Anyway, so you like my salad? It was really good. And I just want to give you some pointers on some seasonings that this is my seasonings in this bin. I'm a bin lady. Keeps it all together. I know my seasonings are there, except for the big ones that I buy, that I have them on the shelf. But you have, for instance, cumin. Okay, cumin is good in chili. It's a Tex-Mex seasoning, they say. Tex-Mex style foods, in other words. It's good for stews. It's good for soup. It's good for spicy gravy, like curry and chili, and you can also use it on, they say, some pickles and pastries. I don't know. Rosemary, okay? They use this in gardens. For pest control effects. I guess it keeps the pest out. I don't know. Maybe it keeps the bugs from eating your veggies or something. I don't know. And these are used to flavor your food. They use it in stuffing. They use it to roast meat, lamb, pork, chicken, turkey. You can drink this as a herbal tea. Use one teaspoon. Rosemary. Don't forget, a lot of these herbs are healing. You have thyme. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Thyme. And thyme, it's very aromatic. Okay. And it's used in culinary medicinal type of uses. Let me see. You can use it as an incense. They say old school. They in reading it on the web, they even use this thyme. The thyme. It comes like in a stem, like a branch. They use it as incense. Some religions use it as an incense in funerals, which helps the passage of that person who passed to go to the next life. Ooh. Okay, we all have our beliefs with respect. Coriander seed. Okay. And that one is used, I have my notes here because I took all these things real quick. It's used in cooking. You can use it in chicken. Okay, it gives it a nice kick. It's used in Asian food. I don't know what kind of Asian food. They say chutneys. I don't know what that is. And it's used in salads. It's used in Mexican cooking, in the salsa and the guacamole as a garnish. Okay. In Indian dishes. It has a citrus lemony flavor, so you know. It does have a citrus lemony flavor. So, you know, you can make a nice chicken with this and olive oil. You know, you cook it on the pan and with a nice glass of wine and vegetables. Okay. It's also used in rye bread, and they use it in making beer. And then they also use it in mixing meat sausage. Okay. So Joseph and Christine, you make them sausage stuff, and you can use this in it. I don't know. You got nutmeg. Okay. Nutmeg, I got this one in the little grinder bottle. They sell them in the supermarket. This is good for your drinks, like eggnog and coquito and stuff like that. And it has a sweeter flavor. They use it in soups, gravy. I didn't know that. For meat dishes. Beef stew, they use it for. Ribs with tomatoes. Beef steaks. They sprinkle on desserts, potato dishes, sauces, and baked goods. So you know that. Nutmeg. Okay. Now, ground sage. Where is my sage? Sage is very healing. 1 minute. This is my sage. Okay. It's a member of the mint family. Okay. And it has a history of medicinal, and culinary use. Okay. It has a savory slight pepper flavor. So, and used in many European cuisines. It's an essential condiment for Italian dish saltimbocca. Saltimbocca? I don't know what that is. Saltimbocca and other dishes. I gotta ask Jerry. Jerry, find that out. And it's flavored with fish. You know, flavored with the fish. Using stuffing for roast turkey or chicken. The sage, also the sage leaf. They say if you burn one, it's a good cleansing of your, it's native. It's a Native American also type of healing leaf to cleanse your home, to cleanse your surrounding your body from any negative force surrounding you, from any negativity. So sage is a very holistic plant. Look it up. It's very holistic in the native culture. I used to sage my home a lot. I can't do it as much now because my honey is, the sense of two strong senses in the house affect his sinuses. So. But for those who don't know this, it's a native plant also, very holistic and used in many ceremonies and also cleansing your home. Okay, ginger. We got ground ginger. Where is the ginger? I have it here. This is ginger powder. And I have in case you don't know what fresh ginger looks like. Fresh ginger looks like that. Okay, different size pieces. And when you cut it, I'll cut a piece. I will cut a piece. When you cut it, you see how it is inside? That's the juices of ginger. You take something like this or one of those hammer things. You bang it up, put it in water, boil it. A tea with that and a tea with that and any other herbal plant will kick out a cold. It's very spicy, but it's good for you because especially if you have a very bad sore throat or you got phlegm, mucus, chest congestion, that's the best tea. I can give you a recipe of some really old school tea that will kick out the flu in you. The Latin culture, and I'm sure the Italian and any European, I know every other culture has their own recipes going back to their grandmother and their mother, whatever that they passed on to them. I have a bunch of them from my mother and my aunts and my grandma. God rest her soul, she was a warrior. And she lived to be 90 something. And she was still cutting with a freaking machete, the natural plants and everything, coming in the house, cooking dinners. Okay, so that's ginger. I don't know if I'll be able to do all these, but you got bay leaf. Bay leaf comes from a tree or a large shrub, in case you don't know what, And bay leaf is like this. I buy this brand, or any brand you buy, it's like this. You put that in soups and stews, it gives it a flavor. Okay? And Italian pasta sauces, they also put it in there as a garnish. Shelf life on this, in case you don't know, it's a year. You can keep it for a year. They don't go bad. Okay, one of the things that I showed you, this Marajam that I use in my salad, my cold salad. It has a sweet pine and citrus flavor like oregano. And they use it again in seasoning in soups, stews, dressings, and sauces. So it does give a nice flavor. Okay. We have, what do we have? Ground allspice. They call it pimenta. I don't know. And they had it in the thing on the web, pimenta. It's a dried, unripe fruit.